I'm going to get to the good stuff in a moment, giving you a free pick in the NBA and breaking down one of your college football games. Those are coming up in just a second. But first, let's talk about the important stuff. And what I'm referring to right now is the Charity Play of the Week program, something that I established nearly 3 years ago. And as I've told you many times, guys, I don't do it for publicity. I don't do it for any other reason other than the fact that I think it's the right thing to do, helping others in times of financial need because of one situation or another. And those of you out there that participate in the program, that's all I ask. I don't care whether you give $1, $5, $50, $500. Just that if you get the play for free, it wins for you, that you participate and you pay it forward. That's all I ask. At the same time, I never anticipate any of those on the receiving end even acknowledging anything, because let's face it, you know all the situations that we've encountered over the past 3 years, the tragedies, the financial duress that so many individuals and families are enduring. I don't expect them or ever anticipate them ever contacting us, saying anything about it, even acknowledging it. But that's not what we're looking for. But every now and then, somebody does. And when they do, I respond, speaking for all of us, and I always want to let you guys know as well. So, this week on Tuesday, I opened the NBA season by giving you a $99 play, which won easily by 17 points on the New Orleans Pelicans over the Orlando Magic. You got it for free, a $99 pick. And I've subsequently asked you to make a donation to a family who have a 13-year-old boy who was diagnosed a little over 3 years ago with stage 4 neuroblastoma, I believe is how you pronounce it, and had recently elected to forego ongoing chemotherapy treatments to instead allow hospice to try to manage his pain relief, and he just started radiation treatments, in fact, this week. Sebastian Major is his name, and you can read about his entire story and click on the link here right underneath this video report. Well, yesterday, through customer service, because again, I don't publicize how you can get a hold of me. That's not the whole point of this. I don't care. I don't want any recognition for it. His mother, Dana, sent this very nice message through the customer service department, and I wanted to read it to you, and I want to tell you what I sent back. So anyway, this is what came through. It said, Al, I woke up this morning bombarded with donation messages, most of which seem to have originated from your charity pick of the week. I have no idea how you came across our family and situation, but thank you so much. I'm truly humbled by your actions. Please let me know if there is a better way to contact you, to send pics, updates, etc. Dana. Well, guys, I just want to let you know that I responded in turn. Thank you for the kind message. We've built a little community of caregivers amongst our customers that have bonded together anonymously to help others in times of need. Some 20 plus families and individuals over the past 3 years. The amount donated might be as little as $5, but it's the thought that always counts. And speaking on behalf of all the unknown customers who contribute, I can say it's our pleasure to help in any small way possible, and our best wishes are with Sebastian and your family during these trying times. I wanted to donate the first minute and a half of today's video report for this, because I want to let you know, those of you that are participating in the program, there's people out there that you don't know, that I don't know, that we are helping, and they appreciate it. Whether they acknowledge it or not, they appreciate it. And my appreciation out there to you, because again, as I've said many times, without your help, this is just a far-fetched idea I came up with as an extension of my own personal charitable givings in my own life outside of this industry, outside of this business. But without your help, it doesn't exist, and that's the bottom line. Okay, now let's talk to you about gambling here before I get to your free picks. Let's talk about me for just a second. So, listen, last night I had my first 15-dime play of the NBA season, and it was on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Well, how did that turn out? The 12.5 to 13-point favorite, losing outright. LeBron 5 for 15, 8 turnovers. As I jokingly wrote here further down on the homepage, if the prodigal son had returned to Philadelphia instead of Cleveland, they would have been booing his ass out of town by the fourth quarter. And that's the fact if you know anything about Philadelphia fans, okay, which I certainly do. I got to be honest with you, though. In releasing that play yesterday, I kind of thought it was going to be one of two ways. The way I anticipated, it was going to be a huge blowout, or In the back of my mind, I thought it is a 50-50 proposition. The other half of that proposition was going to be that the Cavaliers were going to get crushed and lose the game outright. And that's what happened. A Knicks team that just no-showed and was demolished at the Garden by the Bulls the night before just took advantage of a team that had no cohesiveness, no chemistry whatsoever, and won that game as Carmelo Anthony had a big game for the Knickerbockers. And I look at it this way. I lost that play. But you know what? I started the betting week and started the NBA season with 2 straight 10-dime winners, which put me in the position to up the ante and go for it last night. And I've told you many times that you got to press the action when you're on a roll. And that's what I did last night. And consequently, over a 3-day stretch, I won 20 dimes. I lost 16.5 dimes. Hey, yeah, I'd rather be in the position of losing somebody else's money, not yours, but bookmakers, than being in the position of losing my own. And you can only do that if you win the games before you're pressing and you're upping the ante. So anyway, I look at it this way in terms of the overall performance. Yeah, I lost that game last night and it sucks. And guess what, guys? I'm going to lose other games along the way as well. But the short-term run is still 12 out of 18 winning days. And the long-term run is still 43 out of 68 winning days. And I'll take it. And I'm going right back to football tonight, where there's some irony involved here because, last Friday I had a 10-dime play on Cincinnati as a home favorite against South Florida. And last Saturday I had a 15-dime play on Memphis as a home favorite, or as a road favorite against SMU. Now today you've got Cincinnati is the road favorite against Tulane, and you've got Memphis as the home favorite against Tulsa. Well, I looked at that Memphis game, and I got to tell you, I'm going to break down the game for you and give you a free pick on it because I really liked one side in this game. But I have a real issue, as you know. It's kind of like baseball managers that don't want to cross over the white line. They hop over it instead of putting their foot down on the chalk line. Superstitious. I've just always had this thing about riding a team in consecutive games or consecutive days, depending on the sport. So I looked at that Memphis game, and I thought, I'm staying clear on it. The Cincinnati game is my best bet tonight. Hey, it's a 10-dime play. And again, the 10-dime releases over the past 9 weeks. 29-12 run. I can live with that too. But the most important handicapper here, guys, as we end the month here, the final day of October, it is Matt Rivers. Because did he not do it again yesterday? I mean, now listen, when Florida State was down 21-0, and I gave you a free pick on Florida State as well. When they were down 21-0, I thought, oh, man, me and Matt, we're both going down in the tubes here tonight. But Winston, once again, which he has done repeatedly throughout his career, led them to a great comeback. And he didn't play a particularly strong game with the 3 interceptions as well. But the fact is, Florida State comes back. They get the cover. They get the win. Matt Rivers cashes again with the 5th ever blank check college football waive the rating game of his career. And that's an 11-year career here at the site. Well, as he likes to say, balls to the wall time again, because today, his 6th ever blank check, waive the rating, college play of his career, Memphis and Tulsa. It matches last night's winner on Florida State. It matches the 3rd and 4th ever college blank check winners that he had. Last Friday, Cincinnati over South Florida. Last Saturday, TCU, 82 points over Texas Tech. As a matter of fact, let's see, the prior Saturday that, the blank check play, the 2nd ever one in his career, was West Virginia's 8.5-point home dog and double-digit upset of Baylor. So today, 6th ever blank check waive the rating college play of his career. And again, just like yesterday, you save $60, just like you did on Sunday when he improved to 4-0 lifetime with those NFL blank checkers. When you got the Houston Texans toppling Tennessee, save $60, use coupon code October. That is going to be your coupon code. October is going to be your coupon code. I can't even talk right now. Oh, FYI, Matt Rivers is 9-1 in his 11 years here as a charter member of this site with those blank check releases. A perfect 8-0. That's wrong. It's a 9-0 sweep. Let me just double check here, guys. Hey, I just want to double check and make sure I give you the exact right information here for this particular thing. I'm doing this video report at 5:30 in the morning. I'm exhausted, and believe me, I'm making a lot of mistakes. Let me just check for you. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at his website. My God, he wrote chapter and verse here today on these damn games. He's 9-0. 9-0 this month, and he's going for number 10 in a row tonight. So there you go from Matt Rivers. Now, let's talk about, we'll talk about the college football game first here this evening. In college football tonight, going to take a look at the Memphis game. Look, you're talking about a Memphis team that is being asked to lay 23 to 24 points at home against Tulsa. I think the only way you do this, if you're going to play this game, is you got to take Memphis. And listen, I was all over Memphis last Saturday, laying the points with them, and they rolled big at SMU 48-10. Could I be concerned with the fact that the last time Memphis was at home as a 7.5-point favorite, they lost outright to Houston as they committed 5 turnovers in that game with their quarterback Paxton Lynch throwing 3 interceptions in that game? Yeah, I could be concerned, but the fact is I'm not really, because this is a quality Memphis team. And, I'm looking at the schedule here tonight, and, they take care of business tonight, okay? And they can run the rest of the table. Because after this, they play at Temple and Tulane next 2 weeks. They should win both of those games. Then they close with South Florida and UConn at home. So they win tonight. That should continue their winning streak. They should win out the final 4 games. And suddenly a Memphis Tigers program that has been downtrodden for so many years, you're looking at a team that's going automatically to a bowl game because they're going to have a 9-3 record. So I think it's a big game for Memphis here tonight, and I think they are going to be able to get the job done. Memphis first opened my eyes early this season when they only lost by 7 to UCLA, and then they hung around with Ole Miss in a 24-3 loss. Beat up Cincinnati 41-14 on the road. Golden Hurricanes, last time they played was a week and a half ago. They were at home. They are up 27-7 against South Florida. And this is a South Florida team. If you remember what I wrote in last week's analysis and backing Cincinnati against South Florida, the Bulls, the only thing they are consistent offensively is with their inconsistency. They have a problem once they get to the red zone ever finding the end zone. And yet they had the biggest comeback in school history at Tulsa, overcoming that 27-7 halftime deficit and winning that game 38-30. So what does that tell you about Tulsa's defense? It should tell you a lot that the Golden Hurricane don't play any defense. This is a Tulsa team that's injury-riddled defensively along the front line. Matter of fact, just lost a defensive end and a defensive tackle, 2 starters. They've been crippled at the cornerback position this season. You got Memphis, on the other hand, a pretty damn good defense. 16th in the nation in terms of scoring defense, giving up just a shade over 19 points a game this season. They've got the number 35 ground game in the country, so they should be able to run the ball here against a Tulsa defense that is ranked 103rd in the country among 125 Division 1A schools in terms of stopping the run. They are giving up 207 rushing yards a game. Meanwhile, Paxton Lynch, I think that he should have a pretty good game against this Tulsa secondary that has been scorched this season, giving up 20 touchdown passes, only coming up with 4 interceptions. And Lynch, despite that 3-interception game a couple of weeks ago, still has completed 65% of his passes. So if you're going to play it, you lay the 24 points and you go ahead and take Memphis. Now, NBA free selection, guys. I got to go against the Cavs tonight. Listen, the Bulls are sitting there waiting. And I think the Bulls tonight are going to let the Cavaliers know, you got LeBron, you got K-Love, but guess what? We're going to win the East. And the Bulls, obviously, they got Derrick Rose back, Paul Gasol. I mean, what a nice debut for him, 22 points and 11 rebounds in the win at New York, which was a blowout 104-80. Now think about that. The Bulls go to the Garden. They beat the Knicks 104-80. New York shot 36.5% in that game against the Bulls' lockdown defense. 36.5% against the Bulls' defense. That same New York team, though, last night goes to Cleveland on the road. And what do they do against the Cavs? They hit 53.6% of their shots. So what does that tell me? Cavaliers are going to struggle defensively, which we all knew because, listen, Love is a very good rebounder, but he's not a post defender. It's going to take them a while to really get that cohesiveness and develop that chemistry that's going to be needed to hopefully become a lockdown team similar to the Bulls, similar to what LeBron had with Miami and the Heat. I don't think they have the personnel to do so, but, that's got to be what they aspire to. Chicago has always excelled in terms of keeping clamps on LeBron James in terms of holding down his production. You know, his lowest scoring average against any opponent last year was against the Bulls. In 3 games against them, he missed the fourth. He averaged just 18.3 points, and he had the worst shooting percentage against any foe last season, just 39.2%. And this Bulls team is only better defensively now that Rose is back and they added Gasol to the lineup as well. Kevin Love, when he was with Minnesota, the last 7 times as a member of the Timberwolves that he faced the Bulls, do you know that his second lowest scoring average against any team, Chicago, 17.9 points? Yeah, you think Joakim Noah bothered him a few times along the way, and now Gasol's going to be up there along the front line as well, and his second lowest shooting percentage as well in those 7 meetings over the past 5 years, just 40% of a shot. So Bulls, I think, are pretty damn cheap here. I think LeBron's going to have a better game tonight. I think the Cavaliers are going to play a little better tonight, but the Bulls are pumped and they are psyched here. So I came this close. I came this close to using the Bulls as today's best bet. And, you know, I have to be honest with you. Probably if I had won the 15-dime play last night on the Cavaliers, I would have come out with a 15-dime play on the Bulls immediately today. But just because I misread that Cleveland game so badly last night, and I liked the college football game instead tonight, that's why I opted to give you this as the free play. So, again, your free plays, the Chicago Bulls and Memphis in college football. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck, and I'll catch you again tomorrow.